If you invest just $20 a week, starting today, and never increase it, you could retire with more money than someone who invests $400 a month but starts 10 years later. That's not motivation, that's math. And in the next 15 minutes, I'm going to give you the exact beginner steps to start investing correctly in 2026 in the right order so you never have to guess again. By the end of this video, you will know exactly what accounts to open and what to actually put your money into, how much to start with, and the 3 mistakes that cost beginners years of growth. No jargon, just the real steps. Here's why timing matters right now. Every year you wait to start investing isn't just a delay. It's a year of compounding. You can never get back. The version of you starting in 2026 has decades ahead. That's the single biggest advantage a beginner has, and most people waste it. Waiting even 5 years to start can cost you tens of thousands of dollars by retirement. Not because the amount was huge, but because compound growth needed time to work, and you don't give it any. So before the steps, one mindset shift: saving protects your money, investing grows it. You need both, but most beginners only ever learn the first one. Action step 0: before you invest a single dollar, build a small emergency fund. This isn't optional, it's the foundation everything else stands on. Without it, one surprise expense forces you to sell your investment at the worst possible time. 3 to 6 months of basic expenses, sitting somewhere safe and boring, is what protects everything you are about to build. Action step 1: pay down high interest debt before you invest heavily. If a credit card is charging you 20+%, no investment reliably beats that. Paying it off is the highest guaranteed return you will find. Think of it like filling a bucket with a hole in the bottom. You can pour in all the investment growth you want. High interest debt is the hole draining it out faster than it fills. Now, here is the engine behind all of this: compound interest. Your money earns returns. Then next year, you earn returns on those returns too. It's small at first, and then it isn't. This is why a beginner who starts small but starts early almost always outperforms someone who starts big but starts late. Time is doing the heavy lifting, not the size of your first deposit. Action step number 2: open the right account. This is the single most skipped step because people think you invest in a stock. You actually invest through an account first. Broadly, you are chosen between a retirement focus account, which often comes with tax advantages but limits on withdrawing early, and a standard brokerage account, which is more flexible but usually has fewer tax benefits. Most beginners benefit from starting with whichever retirement option their country or employer offers, then adding a flexible account later. Action step number 3: understand what you are actually buying. There are few one building blocks of investing, and once you know them, everything else is just combinations of this. Stock means owning a small slice of a company. When the company grows and does well, your slice can grow in value too, but it can also drop when the company struggles. Bonds means lending money to a government or a company in exchange for regular interest payments. Generally steadier, generally slower growth. And this next one is the most important term for a beginner to know: an index fund or ETF. Instead of buying one company's stock, you are buying a small slice of hundreds of companies at once in a huge purchase. This is how most beginners build a diversified foundation without needing to pick winners themselves. There's also real estate, and for beginners without large capital, real estate investments trusts let you invest in property, mix in small amounts similar to a stock. Action step number 4: diversify instead of guessing. Spreading your money across many companies and assets, types, products, you from any single one failing and taking your whole plan down with it. How much risks you take should match how long you are investing for. Money you need in 2 years shouldn't be treated the same way as money you won't touch for 20. Action step number 5: invest a fixed amount on a regular schedule instead of trying to time the perfect moment. This is called dollar cost averaging, and it removes guesswork completely. The easiest way to actually stick to this: automate it. Set the transfer once and let it run in the background of your life. Now, 3 mistakes to avoid. Mistake number 1: trying to time the market. Waiting for the perfect moment to invest usually just means waiting, period. Why compounding time slips away. Mistake number 2: chasing hype or trendy stocks, tips instead of sticking to your plan. Excitement is not a strategy, and most hype driven bets don't repeat their lucky outcome. And mistake number 3: investing with no clear goal. Without a target, you can't tell if you are on track, and you are far more likely to panic and pull out at the wrong time. So, set one single target now. What are you investing for? And roughly, when do you need it? Retirement, a home, freedom from a job you don't love? Write it down before you invest your first dollar, or whatever the currency of your country is. As a single, or rather, as a simple educational example, many beginners structured our first portfolio around a broad index fund as the core, with a small portion in bonds for stability, and the rest built up over time as they learn more. This isn't personal advice for your exact situation. It's the general shape most beginner portfolios start with before going, or rather getting more specific. Let's recap the tower we build: emergency fund, pay off high interest debt, open the right account, understand what you are building, diversify, automate a fixed schedule. That's the entire beginner framework. Follow this in order, and the boring, unglamorous version of investing is exactly what quietly turns into real financial freedom over the next 10, 20, 30 years. You don't need to be an expert to start. You need a plan, consistency, and time. There is genuinely That's genuinely the whole game. Here's exactly what to do in the next 24 hours. Check whether you have an emergency fund started, even a small one. If not, open a separate savings spot for it today. Then, look into which retirement or investment account is available to you and read exactly what it takes to open one. Don't invest yet, just gather the information. Comment below with one number, how many months of expenses your emergency fund currently covers. 0 is a completely fine answer. I want to see where you are starting from. And please don't forget to indicate where you are watching this video from. Comment below with one number, how many months of expenses your emergency fund currently covers. 0 is a completely fine answer. I want to see where you are starting from. If this gave you a clear starting point, please subscribe to the channel. Next week, I am breaking down exactly how much beginners should actually put into their first index fund with real numbers. That number is different than most people assumed. You will want to see it. Ensure you don't miss. Nobody becomes wealthy by accident. They become wealthy by doing simple, unglamorous things consistently, longer than everyone else is willing to. Start today, even small. A quick reminder, this video is educational, not personalized financial advice. Rules on accounts and taxes vary depending on where you are coming from or where you live. So confirm specifics with your own banker or a licensed advisor before you invest. If you are gaining value from this video, please hit the subscription button and bell to be updated with more videos from the Copia Effect channel. Type "I will start my investment now" in the comment section below. I will respond by sending you a free copy of the special report on 10 fundamentals of wealth creation. Which investment are you starting with? Let me know as well in the comment section. I respond to all comments. Thank you, and I will see you in the next one. I remain your friend and coach, Adams.